And I remember like they used to have events kind of like this, and one of the first events they had, it was in the lobby of their apartment building, and there was like 4 speakers, and it was me, 2 other dudes, and Andrew Mason, and he was still talking about the point. And it was 2000, it was 2000, no, it was 2008 or so, it must have been 2009, I can't remember. He was talking about the point. Groupon hadn't launched it, and it was like, 20 of us in an apartment building. And then you look at what's going on today in the startup scene. There's Startup Institute, there's Dev Bootcamp, there's Techstars, there's The Grind, there's 1871, what's it called? The Grind or Grind? It's called, there's Grind. There's, I don't know, it blows my mind how much involvement and how much the community is engaged now. I mean, even when we went through Accelerate Labs, that was kind of the only game in town. Now there's so many options, there's so much out there for people. I think it's incredible. It's such an exciting scene to be in right now and be part of and feel the energy now. And I think when we were in 2008, I don't think I knew the word startup. Right? I think it's just a completely different atmosphere now. So I think it's exciting time to be doing this.
What did you guys ask? What did you guys raise your Series A? What was that?
So we did a seed round, a $500,000 seed round that closed in February of 2011. So we graduated in August of 2010, and then we closed the round many months later, that is, 6 months or so later. And then we did another round in the summer of 2012.
Tell us about fundraising.
Can you guys hear me without the microphone? No. Yeah? No? Okay. Keep the microphone. So fundraising for GiveForward. So for us, what I learned what we really learned at the beginning, so we were doing a seed round, was that we had no idea what we were doing. So we're like, well, how are we going to do this? And the only thing that we actually knew was we knew crowdfunding. So we did it the exact same way that we told our users on the site to raise money. And that's, we said, first go to your friends and family. And so for us, we didn't go to our friends and family, but we went to the people that were closest to us. And we always tell our users, well, seed your fundraising page before you send it out to the world. Seed your fundraising page so that when people show up, it's not a big goose egg there, because fundraising, whether it's crowdfunding or whether it's raising a seed round or an A round or whatever it is, it's all about momentum. And investors, they're kind of sheep, right? I mean, just like anyone else. We say on GiveForward, or people coming to the site, they always end up giving what they look at the average donation size, and they look at who else has given, and then they give what their friends give. So when we were raising our seed round, we wanted to get bigger investors in early so that other investors would invest the same amount. Our seed round was all $25,000 to $50,000 checks. But we got the $50,000 checks in first, so most people would follow suit and just give $50,000, because that's what they thought everyone else was giving. But what we learned, I don't know if it was brilliant or lucky, but it worked. But what we learned was that it was more about not so much your pitch, but who introduced you. So we had a mentor, this guy Tim Kraskoff. He introduced us to all his buddies, and because no one knew us, and we were like, I don't know anything from a hole in the wall. But Tim pitched us ahead of time, and so by the time we pitched them, they'd already heard the story from someone else. And the same with our Series A round. We pitched this firm, First Round Capital, and written to them in 2009. They said no. In 2010, they said no. In 2012, we had one of our investors, David Cohen from Techstars, introduce us, and they're like, we'll hear this pitch. I mean, crowdfunding in 2009 is very different than 2012, but it matters a lot who introduces you.